प्रियं धर्म संस्थापकं वीरं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा, ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी, वैज्ञानिकता विनय सभ्यता स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी, स्वभाव हो निस्वार्थी। देशभक्ति में तेजस्वी हो फिर समाज यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
महावीर गोविंद शिवाजी बुद्ध गगन के तारे, परंपरा की पुण्य चेतना उर में हम सब धारे, उर में हम सब धारे। बाल हृदय में उसे जगाकर जगे देश यह सारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता
समर्थ बनाओ। बंधु भाव समता ममता से सबको गले लगाओ, सबको गले लगाओ। चलो विवेकानंद मार्ग पर, शुभ संदेश हमारा। गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा। भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, 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 गीता परिवार हमारा।
अधरं मधुरं वदनं मधुरं नयनं मधुरं हसितं मधुरं हृदयं मधुरं गमनं मधुरं।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वचनं मधुरं चरितं मधुरं वसनं मधुरं वलितं मधुरं चलितं मधुरं भ्रमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
वेणुर्मधुरो रेणुर्मधुराः पाणिर्मधुराः पादौ मधुरौ नृत्यं मधुरं सख्यं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
गीतं मधुरं पीतं मधुरं भुक्तं मधुरं सुप्तं मधुरं रूपं मधुरं तिलकं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
तरणं मधुरं तरणं मधुरं हरणं मधुरं स्मरणं मधुरं वमितं मधुरं शमितं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं, मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्।
कुञ्जा मधुरा माला मधुरा यमुना मधुरा वीथी मधुरा सलिलं मधुरं कमलं मधुरम्।
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं
मधुरा लीला मधुरा युक्तं मधुरं मुक्तं मधुरं दृष्टं मधुरं शिष्टं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
गोपा मधुरा गावो मधुरा यष्टिर्मधुरा सृष्टिर्मधुरा दलितं मधुरं फलितं मधुरम्
मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरं मधुराधिपतेरखिलं मधुरम्
सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय ज्योति नित जले। सद्गुणों की साधना में ध्येय
सच्चिदानन्दम् वासुदेवम् व्रजप्रियम् धर्मसंस्थापकं वीरम् कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा। ईश्वर भक्ति भाव से बहती संस्कारों की धारा, भारत माँ की सेवा में गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
भारतीय संस्कृति का वैभव जग में सबसे न्यारा। ज्ञान और विज्ञान यहीं से सबने पाया सारा, सबने पाया सारा। कुछ भूलों से हारा फिर से जीते देश हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा, गीता परिवार हमारा।
जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ, जय भारत माँ, जय गीता माँ।
त्यागशील सेवा व्रतधारी युवा जगे पुरुषार्थी।
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी, बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायकु फलचारी। बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार, बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर, जय कपीस तिहु लोक उजागर। रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा, अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा। महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी, कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी। कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा, कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा। हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे, कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे। शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन, तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन। विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर, राम काज करिबे को आतुर। प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया, राम लखन सीता मन बसिया। सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा, विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा। भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे, रामचंद्र के काज सवारे। लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए, श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए। रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरतई सम भाई। सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे, अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे। सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा, नारद सारद सहित अहि सा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाँ ते कभी को विद कही सके कहाँ ते तुम उपकार सुग्रीव ही कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योता ही मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेली मुख माही जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासे रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है पर सिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई और देवता चित्तन धरई हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा होय सिद्धि साखी गौरी सा तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा की जय नाथ हृदय महडेरा पवन तनय संकट हरन मंगल मूर्ति रूप राम लखन सीता सहित हृदय बसहु सुर भूप सियावर रामचंद्र की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय उमापति महादेव की जय।
Jai Shri Krishna, and a very warm welcome to all the sadhaks gathered here in this sacred Zoom arena this evening. With folded hands, I bow in devoted reverence at the lotus feet of Purushottam Bhagwan Shri Krishna and Param Pujya Swami Sri Acharya Govindev Giriji Maharaj. May their grace continue to guide and steady us on this journey called life. As we dwell in chapter 18, Moksha Sannyasa Yoga, we can sense a certain sacred intensity. It is as though Bhagwan is compassionately bringing together every stream of the Bhagavad Gita into one vast ocean of clarity. He is tying up all what he has taught so far. So far, he has shown us that true renunciation is not withdrawal from karma, but purity within karma, not abandoning action, but releasing attachment, not reducing effort, but surrendering ego. When he revealed the many causes behind each action, did it not quietly dissolve our claim of I alone am the doer? And as we reflect on the threefold nature of knowledge, were we not prompted to ask ourselves, do I truly see unity in all beings? Or do I still function from division, preferences, and limitations? Now, as the teaching deepens, Bhagwan turns the attention even more inwards, examining action, the doer, the intellect, and our inner determination through the subtle lens of the gunas. It becomes intensely personal, deeply introspective, and almost like standing before a spiritual mirror. With this spirit of honest introspection and devotion, let us now gently enter today's Vivechan and allow Bhagwan's wisdom to refine, uplift, and transform us from within. But before we begin, a few simple technical guidelines to ensure a smooth and immersive Vivechan experience for everyone. Low or no audio? Please check your device volume or connect headphones for clearer sound. Chat notification distracting you? If the chat notification is blinking, tap on the bell icon at the top right corner to mute notifications. Blurry screen or breaking audio? Kindly check your internet stability. If possible, switch on to a Wi-Fi connection instead of mobile data for better streaming quality. Zoom disconnecting repeatedly, that's not a problem. You may seamlessly continue to watch the session through the shared YouTube link. Before we enter today's Vivechan, let us gently center ourselves in prayer. For prayer purifies the mind and softens the heart for truly receiving wisdom. As Bhagwan reminds us in the Gita, Tasmat Sarveshu Kaleshu Mam Anusmara, teaching us that at all times we are to remain anchored in His divine remembrance even as we perform our duties. With that sacred bhava, we now invite Shilpa ANG from Bengaluru to lead us in prayer and guide us into the right inner state for the session ahead. Shilpa ji, an engineer by education and an educationist by profession, has been a committed member of the Geeta Pariwar since January 2021, offering her devoted seva as a GC. Shilpa ji, humbly request you to please lead us in our prayer. Jai Shri Krishna.
जय श्री कृष्ण वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं जय श्री कृष्ण
Jai Shri Krishna Didi, thank you so much for that heartfelt prayer. Bhagwan also declares that he is the light in all luminaries, even beyond the darkness of ignorance. Through the Gita, he illumines our lives with the light of wisdom. As this sacred lamp is lit, may it also kindle within us the flame of Viveka, the clarity to discern the eternal from the fleeting, truth from illusion. With that sacred intention, I now respectfully invite Revati Naidu ji from Hyderabad for the Deep Prajwalan. A devoted member of the Geeta Parivar since June 2024, she lovingly serves as a TA, GC, a TTG mentor and lead, contributing across multiple languages and levels with deep commitment. Revati ji, we humbly request you to kindly light the lamp, invoking the light of Yagna within us.
निषिद्धैरप्येभिर्लुलितमकरन्दो मधुकरैः करैरिन्दोरन्तश्छुरित इव सम्भिन्नमुकुलः विधत्तां सिद्धिन्नो नयनसुभगामस्य सदसः प्रकीर्णः पुष्पाणां हरिचरणयोरञ्जलिरयम् शरदिन्दुनिभां शुभ्रवस्त्रैरलङ्कृतां कलहंसकृतावासां वरदां शारदां नुमः.
Thank you so much, Revati Didi ji, for taking us into your mandir and making us part of the Deep Prajwalan. As the sacred lamp is lit, may its lights inspire us to deepen both our learning and our commitment to Geeta Mata. And in that spirit, happy to inform that the Level 4 grammar classes will be held tomorrow, the 22nd of February at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. in various languages. You may join as per your preferred language. As we all know, a strong foundation in Sanskrit grammar refines pronunciation and deepens our understanding of the shlokas. Further, the next L1 batch begins on 13th of March. If this journey with Geeta Pariwar has been transformative for you, having brought clarity and steadiness to your life, then do extend the blessing to your friends and family across the globe. Registration is open at joingeeta.com. And as knowledge blossoms into seva, you can offer your selfless seva through the Aao Geeta Sevi Bane program of Geeta Parivar, alongside over 15,000 dedicated Geeta Sevis. To know more, please join the interactive Hindi session today at 8:30 p.m. And now it is my great privilege and honor to introduce today's revered Vivechak, a devoted disciple of Param Pujya Swami Govind Dev Giriji Maharaj, whose life beautifully reflects the spirit of learn Geeta, teach Geeta, and live Geeta. Blessed by Pujya Swamiji with the responsibility of serving as the president of Geeta Pariwar of Bhagyanagar, which is Hyderabad, she leads the mission there with dedication and humility. She has been associated with the online Geeta classes since the second batch in August 2020, demonstrating unwavering commitment to its divine movement. She has the unique honor of training the first ever jail classes of Learngeeta, where inmates memorized 12 adhyayas of Gita and successfully cleared the Pathik examination, a powerful example of inner transformation through Gita Gyan. Shraddha ji laid the foundation of the monitoring team and led it for over 2.5 years. Currently, she heads the literature publication proofreading team across 13 languages and serves as a Vivechak for online Gita Santha classes, while also offering seva in training, examination, and several other departments. Beyond Learngeeta, for over a decade, she has been teaching the Bhagavad Gita to children and contributing to Bal Sanskar, nurturing scriptural wisdom and patriotic values within them. With a B in electronics and PG diploma in IT systems management, she spent over 13 years in the corporate sector as a mobile application developer and team lead before dedicating herself fully to this sacred mission. As we reflect today on the nature of karma, the doer, the intellect, and the inner resolve, we are blessed to hear from someone who lives these teachings in action with deep respect. Let us welcome Shraddha Raodeo ji for today's Vivechan. Jai Shri Krishna Didi, over to you.
Jai Shri Krishna Didi. I hope I'm audible. Am I audible?
Clearly audible. Yes, Didi, you're clearly audible.
Give me 1 second. Jai Shri Krishna, a very warm welcome to this session, all of you. We are in middle of a very beautiful, very important chapter. And before we begin, let us all pray to Parapuja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself, with whose blessings we all are going through these beautiful concepts in our life. Let us all pray together. Hari Om. कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय हरये परमात्मने प्रणतः क्लेशनाशाय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णु गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितं भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीमष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् ॐ श्रीगुरवे नमः श्री कृष्णाय नमः। रामैया की जय। A very warm welcome to the session, all of you again. We are going through some very beautiful concepts in this chapter. In the previous two sessions, we have seen that this entire chapter, it is a beautiful summary through all the important things that we have seen, all the important concepts that we have seen throughout Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. And that is why very beautifully Jnaneshwar Mauli says this is Ekadhyayi Gita. He says that this is one adhyay, one entire adhyay is the Sampurna Gita, is a complete Bhagavad Gita summary in itself. And in this last time we had seen how Shri Krishna had spoken about two different groups. See, this entire concepts that we are getting to learn, they are very beautiful concepts. Through the might of Param Puja Gurudev, by the grace of Param Puja Gurudev, we all are blessed to go through. We all feel that we are learning Bhagavad Gita. We have been we sometimes end up cuddling this small ego that we are learning, but it is only by the grace of Param Puja Gurudev that each one of us is able to utter few shlokas of Śrīmad Bhagavad Gita. Each one of us is trying to understand Bhagavad Gita. And this entire karma, this cumulative karma that is happening through us is a huge blessing of Param Puja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself. May he give us the intellect to further understand this chapter. And for what purpose? To improvise ourselves. This entire work that we are doing, the entire efforts that we are taking to understand this chapter is focused in one direction, and that one direction is uplifting ourselves. Firstly, analyzing ourselves where we stand, and then upgrading. See, we all are familiar with these terms like upgrading. Like we use mobile phones, and then there is a software upgrade. Why is that required? To continuously protect our phones. We are upgrading the operating system of our mobile, of our laptops, making it more secure. Why? Before doing that upgrade, what do? We do a scan of seeing what is the current version, where are we. We check this, we do a scan of virus scan, antiviral scan we will do, and check what is the current situation, what is the current analysis, what is the current state of our laptop mobile, and then we proceed to go and install these updates and upgrades in our system. Why? To make it more robust, to make it more progressive, to make it protected from what? All the further attacks or anything else, any other attacks from outside. Similarly, this entire act of learning and understanding Bhagavad Gita is an act of analyzing ourselves, introspecting ourselves. Where are we standing? What are the probable attacks or probable issues, probable problems that our personality faces? This entire interaction that we have with the environment around us, it introduces some impurities in the terms of hatred, love, uh, competition and whatnot amongst us, and it tries to bring in impurities to our personality. It adds impurities to our thought process, and eventually it adds impurities to the actions that we are performing. Whatever actions we are performing, they do not remain in the direction in which they should remain. And for ensuring that this does not happen, what we are expected to do? Analyze and introspect our own actions. This Bhagavad Gita is a scripture of analyzing yourselves. It is a scripture of analyzing our own actions. Most of the time, we are analyzing other people and praising ourselves. The one sentence that Swamiji says, हम खुद के प्रशंसक बन जाते हैं और दूसरों के we try to analyze the other people. We become very analytical about other people. This is doing that this person is doing. But the one who is really successful in the life, the one who really matters, who becomes the successful person is the one who is a samikshak, analyzer of oneself. The sentence that Swamiji says, हम दूसरों के समीक्षक बनते हैं, स्वयं के प्रशंसक बनते हैं. What does that mean? We become analytics of other people, and we become the self praising machines for ourselves. That is what we have to avoid, and analyze ourselves as what? As third person, as how we would have analyzed somebody else. This is what our 13th chapter also tells. Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga. It teaches us to see ourselves as an outsider, as somebody who is a kshetra. And these beautiful teachings we have seen in the past. So Shri Krishna says you have to learn to analyze and then upgrade. And how to upgrade? Upgrade by analyzing your actions. But to be able to analyze the actions, we should be able to know what are the different types of actions that are happening through us. We as a product of this Prakriti, we as a part of this Prakriti, by default, from the 17th chapter, Shri Krishna has taken this tone of dividing everything into three categories: Rajasi, Satvic, Rajasi, and Tamasi Vritti. Or in any of these three categories, he's putting all the actions. And from the last session, we are seeing that Shri Krishna is giving us a very beautiful analysis of what? Of the karma. We have seen in the last session of the different types of knowledge: Rajasi knowledge, Tamasi knowledge, and the Sattvic knowledge. Today we are going to see what are the three different types of karma. We are going to start from the three different types of karma. Our karma is any action that we do. How should our action be? It should be the action of best quality, so it takes us towards a beautiful upgrade of our personality. In that context, Shri Krishna starts telling us about the different types of karma. The first in this order comes the Sattvic karma. What Shri Krishna tells about Sattvic karma is extremely beautiful. Niyatam, we are starting from the 23rd shlok today. Niyatam sangarahitam aragatveshatah कृतम् अफलप्रेप्सुना कर्म यत्तत् सात्विकमुच्यते. Last time we had seen Shri Krishna had made two different categories about action. What were the two different categories? He had told that one category is the inspiration to work, and then the another category was what? It was the actual work that was being done. So anything that is being done, it is done in two different ways. And karma chodana, that is the inspiration we had seen, and one category was karma sangraha, the actual action that is being performed. We had seen this in the 18th shlok, and accordingly jnata neya parignyata, we had seen it gets converted to the karana karma and karta. And in this, he had taken in these each one category, Shri Krishna is explaining us. So this knowledge will become what? Knowledge becomes karana. This neya, what we are going to see, is becoming the karma, and parignyata is the karta. We have already seen the three different types of knowledge in the last session. Today we will see the three different types of karma, followed by the three different types of karta. So first in the category comes the Sattvic karta, who is the best in the order. Sri Krishna says the Sattvic karta, niyatam sangarahitam. The first thing Sri Krishna mentions is the work that, not karta, karma. Niyatam, the first thing that he tells us about our own karma is what? That this karma that we are doing, any action that we are doing, we have to see whether it is niyata karma or not. Niyata means what? It is meant for me. When we are examining our karma, the first thing that we have to analyze is that, is this karma meant for me? Am I expected to do this karma? Is this karma a part of my swadharma? Now, when we talk about these concepts, it is very important for us to understand what does it mean, swadharma. Swadharma is my own karma. What does it mean? Am I entitled to do this? In every organization, in every family, everybody is expected to follow a set of responsibilities. Even we are expected to follow a set of responsibilities. If you are able, if you are doing somebody else's task as a part of as a contribution, as a type of sahakari or a help in a part, as a cooperation, that once a while, that is a different matter. But primarily, what is expected out of us, that whatever responsibilities we are doing, it should be first meant for me. It has to be, it should be expected from me. Secondly, it should be prescribed by my scriptures also. Sometimes we don't know whether am I expected to do this or not, as a part of my own karma, as a patni dharma, as a pitru dharma, as a matru dharma. What am I expected to do? To get a clearer understanding, we should study our scriptures, see what is mentioned in that, and then we should follow that dharma. It should be a part of this swadharma. If we are not in a position to follow the swadharma, understand these scriptures, another one great thing we should do, follow the life stories. Follow the great people, what our great saints have done, what our great freedom fighters have done, philosophers have done. Hmm, People like Tilakji, Netaji, Subhash Chandra Bose, and all other great people who have lived on this earth and brought so much might to our country. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, all these people have brought might to our country. Whatever, with this independence, we are learning our own scriptures today. It is a blessing. Shivaji Maharaj, recently we celebrated his Jayanti. So, Shivaji Maharaj, what have they followed in their lives? If we are able to understand, we will also be able to find out what is our own swadharma, and what is expected out of me, and what is expected out of me. That becomes my niyata karma. That becomes my real responsibilities. Hmm? And then it should be sangarahitam. Means what? We should not be excessively attached to those karma. We have to be sangarahita. No severe attachment. I have to do this work only, free from attachment. Hmm? And then one very important adjective Shri Krishna uses for the sattvic karma is araga dvesha takritam. Araga, no attachment to the task. Now there are two things here, raga and dvesha. Araga is no attachment. And what is this dvesh? Dvesh is some kind of dislike towards the task. As a part of, just imagine, a part of this life as a housewife, there are certain tasks we are going to like a lot. There are certain tasks which we are not going to enjoy doing at all. But we should not have any kind of dislike towards these tasks which we don't like. This Shri Krishna has lived in this kind of setup. He has shown by his own life how to be completely detached from task, how to be focused, and apart from being detached, not to have any malice towards any kind of work, any task. What Sri Krishna uses a very beautiful term, as I have told you. There is no new concept in this particular chapter. This concept also Sri Krishna has told very beautifully. He says Padma Patra Mivambasa. How his task is Brahmanyadhaya Karmani Sangam Tyaktva Karotiha Lipyate Nasapapena Padma Patra Mivambasa. This adjective that Shri Krishna uses, Padma Patra Mivambasa, means what? Like a lotus leaf. When the water falls on this lotus leaf, the lotus leaf, how is this leaf? This leaf will not get, it is drowned in water, it is always in water. However, it does not get drenched in water. The water just remains, the droplets just remain, but the water does not percolate through this leaf, it does not affect the leaf. Like that, our tasks should be. Like that, how our actions should be. That while doing these actions, we should not get tainted by the side effects of these actions. So Sri Krishna says that you have to do this and to follow this. See, when it was a time, what Sri Krishna has done in his life. Even another beautiful thing, Sri Krishna is not expecting anything from anything, and without being a king of any kingdom, without being anything, who is Sri Krishna? Yadu Vansha Mukhyam. We in Hanuman Chalisa we say Vanara Yutha Mukhyam for Hanumanji. Vanara Yutha Mukhyam, did he get any post like you are the Vanara Yutha Mukhyam, told the president of the Vanar Sena? No. Did he get any title for that? No. Was anybody in the Yadu dynasty telling Sri Krishna, you are Yadu Vamshamukham, you are the chief? No. How have they got? By the might of their character, by the might of their qualities. Shri Krishna says that is how our work should be. We should not be attached just by the attitude with which we work. That should bring us, that will bring us that great might. We have to be what? We have to remain detached from our karma. Aphala prepsuna, no fascination about what I will get out of this task. Nowadays, if you ask people, first thing that they ask is, what am I going to get from this? What Shri Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Name parthasti kartavya in trishu lokeshu kinchana nanamaptam vaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. Beautifully, he says that varta eva cha karmani. No, I don't have anything to give. Nana vaptama vaptavyam. I don't have anything to take from this. I don't have anything to bother. He is doing everything with a detached intellect. How our freedom fighters were, the independence fighters, how they were, what were they getting, what have they got? Veer Savarkarji has done so much for the nation. He could have easily gone. He was a barrister. He could have earned and made a fortune for himself. He was offered top-notch posts in England. But no, what was calling, what I'm getting in my life is my duty is to serve my mother country. It is my duty to serve my Matrubhumi. And that teaches us what kind of, now when we talk about this Aphala Prepsuna, there is one question that might come to you. Why are we learning Bhagavad Gita? Because we also have some ambition of what? Either liberation from this world, or we have an ambition of what? We have an ambition of getting this Bhagavad Prapti. I wish to attain God. I wish to understand God. I wish to understand how is my God. Kshetrajna Vibhaga Yoga, when we see, we get to see the characteristics of the Paramatma himself. So, if this is what I want, is this not a result? Is this not something that I'm expecting from this action? And this point, we have to understand the very meaning of desire. We'll come to the this part of desire and ichcha in the next sloka, but Shri Krishna talks here about something very important, that you should be free from attachment, and the way we do the actions, it should be in a way that the Padma Patra Mivambasa, it should be free of attachments, it should be free of likes and dislikes. And after having told all this, Shri Krishna moves to the most common category of actions. What is that category? Yattu kamipsuna karma sahankarena va punaha kriyate bahulayasan tadraj samudharatam. Here Shri Krishna says, the first thing he says, Yattu kamipsuna karma. Now we live in an era where nothing works without an incentive. The first thing, if I say, this is the task to be done, the first question people will ask you, Mujhe kya milega? What will I get out of this? That is the first question people have to ask. But what Sri Krishna tells us, that we have to be doing tasks without such desires. And here comes the thing, that the work should not be driven by pleasures or desires. Now here we get this conflict. In this kind of conflict, it is important to look at our scriptures, important to listen to great people like Param Puja Gurudev and get a clarity on what is this desire. Yattu kamepsuna. Kamepsuna means without an with an expectation, with a longing for the desires. Kamepsuna means longing for desires. These desires, our desires, they make us dance to their tune. So our actions also ultimately dance to the tune of our desires. When Shri Krishna says that the work that the Rajasi people do, the actions of Rajasi people are how they are driven by desires. I want a good house. I want a beautiful bungalow. I want this. I want a good car. I want so many clothes. I want to have a great wardrobe. All these desires drive the way we are moving and in which direction. Are these desires not good to have? These are good to have. Now, here when we are learning Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, understand that Bhagavad Gita has to be learnt with a proper context, with which age you are in, where you are right now, in what state of life. Now, suppose I meet somebody new, if that person is a small child, what will I ask? We are in which school? What do you do? Which grade are you studying? For the small children, I will not ask, how is your health? But if I see somebody elderly, somebody with gray hair, I look at old elderly person, then there we should ask, how is your health? How are you doing, uncle? How are you doing, auntie? How is your health? What are your children doing? For a small child, ask, what are you studying? What are you doing? What is the new thing that you have learned? For a middle-aged person, I will ask, where are you working? Where are you? So, depending on which stage of life we are in, depending on what type of desires we are having, it is important. All types of desires are relevant and important in that particular stage of life, setup of your life. However, when Shri Krishna says, here what we talk about, that should not be the only driving force. If I say what kind of desires we should have, when we talk about the sattvic karma, I gave an example of Shri Krishna, Hanumanji. What kind of desires they had? That Sri Ramji's work should be done. What desire did Hanumanji have? Sri Ramji's work should be done. Whatever, he had completely dedicated himself to the cause of Sri Ramji. What was his ultimate ambition that Sri Ramji was working for? That all these sinners on this earth should be rectified. They should be taught a lesson. All the sinners on this earth should be taken, should be given an appropriate treatment. All the bhakta, all the devotees, Shabri's uddhar he has done. All these things we have to see that he is working towards a greater goal, working for the larger benefit. Shri Krishna is working for a larger goal of establishing dharma. These kind of desires are good to have, we should have. However, the desires, when the desires, ichha ke bhi star hai, there is a level of every desire also. But just asking something only for my own benefit, something that is I want money, we need money, everybody needs money, but money is the only thing I need, that desire is wrong. So that balance has to come. So the prima facie, don't rule out on this rajasi actions. Rajasi actions will eventually take us towards sattvika. So, though we are having this, but we should be able to identify whether the task done by me is a sattvic task or not, whether it is a rajasi task or is it a tamasi task. To be able to distinguish, and ultimately we all have to move towards sattvika. But to be able to analyze our own action, Shri Krishna tells how to identify the rajasi task. Yattu kamep suna karma. Sahankarena vapunah, done with a lot of ego of doership. I have done. I am learning Bhagavad Gita. I am learning Bhagavad Gita. Everybody should learn. But that ego, aham. Now again you will say this that aham should also be there. What kind of aham? That something good should happen. I have to learn how you look at that aham also. If that ahankar is taking you towards false pride, then it is wrong. However, that ahankar is taking you towards sattvikta, where it tells that okay, you have to upgrade yourself. Now I know only few shlokas in my life, but no, I want to learn, memorize these 700 shlokas. This also we are doing for ourselves, but it is not with a sense of I-ness, with a sense of pride. That should be abandoned. So I should be understanding whether what is my real purpose behind my actions. Ahankarena va punah. Here, kriyate bahulayasam. Bahulayasam, they take lot of efforts. The Rajasi people, they are very effort oriented, effort driven. They are not scared of effort because they are driven by their desires. They want things so badly that in that situation they will ensure that a lot of positive efforts are taken by them to achieve what they want. And that is why kriyate bahulayasan, lot of efforts. This you will typically see. Now this is a good force also. It is not a bad thing to have. Look at the small children. You are playing with them, and these small competitions, we tell them that just for example, you take our Geeta Olympiad. So many people thought, oh, we have to do this, we should be the winner. There is a leaderboard coming up, and for to be in the top leaderboard we want to participate. When that kind of thing is introduced, they are trying to learn Bhagavad Gita with more interest. When the quiz is introduced, they are trying to listen to things with more interest. Hmm? Such kind of competition, some kind of driving force is very, very good to have. It is not considered this is rajas and don't do it. Shri Krishna has not said don't do it. He has given an analysis of this is rajas. We should be able to analyze and understand that this at the onset of anything, this rajas is also a good thing. So how to identify rajas actions? It is driven by desires. It is also driven by ego of being a doer, and it is done with lot of efforts. Tad rajasamutaratam, this is the rajasi action. We should at this moment also not rule it out, because this is also very much required. These small children, I was talking about these competitions during the festival period. What they do, usually you tell the children, let's go to temple, they will try to avoid. But tell them, good prasad, now a festive time, good prasad. Why children like festivals in the house? Because now the mother is going to make good delicacies, puran poi, wow. And Navratri time, now that delicacies will come. First, that prasad attracts them towards the worship, towards the temples. Gradually, that environment becomes familiar to them. They start enjoying. Eventually, they work on the path of dharma. Gradually, they start liking the satvic karma more than the fruits of that karma. That is how the path begins. So, it is very important. We do not undermine the importance of desires. And unless there is a great desire, great actions cannot happen. That is why this Rajasi desires are good. Some places we see that, when people selectively understand Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, they rule out this Rajasi actions also. But what Swami Vivekananda has said, Swami Vivekananda says, I want my entire nation to become a Rajasi. He says, I want this entire nation, at least they will be action driven and not tamasi. They should not go towards inaction. And that is one thing Swami Vivekananda has also warned us about. You have to eventually go towards sattvika, which you will eventually go, but at least remain rajasi. And what is it that we should be warned about? We should stay away from anubandham kshayam himsam anaveksha cha paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yattattamasamuchyate. So Shri Krishna says anubandham kshayam himsam. This the karma, the action which results in what? It results in the loss, kshaya, loss due to what? Himsa. Anubandham, the actions whose consequences ultimately are injurious to somebody or other. Now, injurious to what? In what way are they causing losses? In what way are they injurious? They are causing a harm. In what way? They are causing himsa in any of. Now, you will say, tamasi hinsa, just cutting, all that we all are not doing. But in this also understand himsa has three types. Jnaneshwar Maharaj always says we have to understand hinsa in a proper way. Kayik, vachik, manasik. Kayik, sharirik hinsa, physical injury, we go and hit somebody, that is to be avoided obviously. Not even by words. Anutvega karam vakyam satyam priya hitayam chayat. what kind of statements we should be giving, what kind of talk we should be having. That also you have to be careful about. And manasic, whatever I did, maybe I didn't say, but it hurt somebody, anything, or by thoughts I think bad for somebody. That is also what tamasi action. It is also a tamasi action. From where does this kind of action arise? Whether the hymns are done by body, the one done by speech, or the one done by thoughts, where all of them are arising from? Mohadarabhyate. They are arising from what? Due to lack of knowledge. Their origin is in ignorance. Because I don't understand. We feel that we understand, but these actions which are out of ignorance, out of lack of knowledge, I don't know. Some people, they will make a blatant statement. What are you doing? What is this, scriptures teaching you? What are you getting out of this? Complete lack of knowledge. Why are you giving Gita Seva? These kind of questions when people, it is due to the lack of knowledge. When somebody is trying to do something good in their lives, they are trying to stop them or make a comment around it. All this happens due to lack of knowledge, due to ignorance. Any action which is originating out of ignorance, anaveksha cha paurusham, without this I will explain separately, and which results in himsa. This is what? Tamas. This is yattat tamasam uchyate. Shri Krishna doesn't even give any name. It is not even karma. It is just declared as tamas. And one's term we missed, anaveksha cha paurusham, without realizing your own capacity. Now tasks like, imagine somebody is a great swimmer, very good at swimming, and without understanding, without knowing their own capacity, they just dive into a huge river. Gangaji during the monsoon season has a huge flow, but people out of ignorance, lack of understanding, just plunge into those turbulent waters and end up losing their lives in this kind of situation. Why? Without having a complete analysis of their capacity, whether I'm capable or not. Due to ignorance, Shri Krishna says that such a task done out of ignorance, done out of incapacity, and done in an order to cause injury, any kind of injury done to harm others, is what? It is tamas. So, yattat tamas uchyate. Now, Shri Krishna earlier had told about what? Knowledge, karma, and the third one is what? Is the karta. So, what we have to do? First, we have to always see where our actions are. We have to analyze the direction of the actions and where are we moving. And then comes a very important thing, that once these tasks are being done, we have to aim towards what? Go towards satvikta. We have to avoid the tamas karma in all situations and continue doing the rajas karma in the best possible way, and eventually aim towards going where? Towards the sattvic karma. We should analyze ourselves and decide where we have to steer our lives. So, this once having described these two karma, these type of actions, Shri Krishna says that he takes us towards what? The type of karta, the performer of the action. We had seen adhishthanan tatha karta karanaincha prathak vidam vividhasya prathak cheshta daivain shaivatra panchamam. Out of these 5 things which are important for what? For getting any task, then the karta is the important parameter to get any kind of task done. The Shri Krishna now next tells us about what kind of karta is the ideal karta. This entire thing, why Shri Krishna is telling, why we should strive to do good karma, why we should strive to become a good karta. This is very important, because our life, it is like a refinery where we keep, refinery will do what? It will keep purifying the elements which are put into it. Similarly, our body is also a machine of performing tasks, and it is like a refinery of karma. What is my current karma, and how can I refine it? How can I make it better and better? That we have to analyze and move towards becoming a, better karta. So, in this category, Shri Krishna says that the next is the karta. How is the best karta? Now, in this entire Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā, there are few shlokas which we should just imbibe in our lives completely. Swamiji gives lot of importance to some of these shlokas, and the shlok that we are going to see next is one of the most important shlokas of Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā. What he says, Mukta Sango Naham Vadi Dhrityutsaha Samanvitaha Siddhya Siddhyo Nirvikara Karta Satvika Uchyate. As Gita Sevis, as Kartas, not only as Gita Sevis, in general, as human beings also, we are Karta somewhere or the other. Here, we have Shri Krishna, Swamiji has given us a very important message for our lives. Gita Padhe Padhai Jeevan Mein Laye. Now, Padhe Padhai is relatively easy, but Jeevan Mein Laye is one very important task that we all have to work on. And to bring Bhagavad Gita in life, we have to constantly keep thinking about certain shlokas, some passages, some paras, we should keep contemplating and bringing in this life. If we are able to imbibe this one shlok in our lives, Swamiji says we will make our lives and this entire birth very, very worthy, very, very precious. Our life will become set, our life will become meaningful by just being able to implement this one shlok also in our life. If an action is done with the principles that are mentioned in this shlok, it will bring a lot of peace to one's mind. What Shri Krishna says when he is describing the satvic karta, how is a satvic karta? The first thing he says, he is mukta sangaha, free from all the attachments. When we talk about this attachments, the best example of detachment is a mirror. How is a mirror? So many people will keep seeing their faces in the mirror. Lot of how am I looking? Now, so many images, reflections are always happening. How many images is the mirror actually capturing? None. It is going reflecting everything back. Mirror remains the same. Then whatever is coming there, it is reflected back. He does not keep a memory. It does not keep a memory of anything. Like that, our work as a karta, as a performer of all actions, we should be like that. We should be like mirrors. The action is done, all the things that we have done, we are reflecting it back. We should not get associated with the rag and dvesh. Means what? The hatred or likings, severe attachment that follows an event. We should free ourselves from this. For instance, some big event we have been a part of, or a small family function that we are a part of. As a family member, what are my duties towards it? I am performing those duties and then I remain free. And in that, I don't keep analyzing and churning the emotions. What we do, we keep churning those emotions. This happened, that person said this, I have said this. We don't have to let that churning happen. We should be free from the attachment and hatred, raga and dvesha associated with all these tasks. We should not worry about. We keep living in the past, and then in that, what happens? We keep churning the past. We keep living in those impressions of different actions that we are doing, and that becomes a binding to the karma itself. Shri Krishna says that a person should be mukta sangha. And for that, we have to remember Mukta Sangha is like a mirror. We have to remain clean. Now you will say, so that does that mean that we should forget everything? That we will become fools by doing this. If I say, suppose now I gave an example, a small family function, it's a different matter. But sometimes in our lives there could be, things where if somebody has done a fraud, a financial fraud with me, imagine. Now, as per this shlok, should I become mukta sangha, forget everything? No. There are two types of memories that a person has. One is a factual memory, another is the psychological memory. Remember the fact. Keep your factual memory. This had happened, that had happened. I remember and I become cautious. Hmm? Bhagavad Gita is not telling you to be foolish. The ahimsa in Bhagavad Gita is the ahimsa of Sri Ramachandra and Sri Krishna. Not the ahimsa where you just get hit and not retort back. That is not ahimsa. What is the ahimsa that Sri Ramachandra has taught? Fight when it is required, but do not hurt the weak people. Do not hurt or to harm the weaker people. The ahimsa that Sri Ramji and Sri Krishna says, that you have to fight for the dharma, fight against adharma. That is the kind of ahimsa that Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā teaches us. Here we have to remember the factual memory, what we should be, remembering. But the psychological impressions of those events should be gone. Just because somebody has cheated me, I don't cheat back. I remain cautious, I remain careful with that person, but I don't keep any hatred, malice towards that person. Remember the facts, but do not remember the scars. That will make your life very, very peaceful. The next important parameter Shri Krishna says is anahamvadi. Anahamvadi means free from the sense of being the doer, free from the sense of doership. Ahamvadi does not boast of this action. Nowadays, what happens? Constantly we keep boasting. Now people will do simple things and then the status will be there. I have cooked for my family. I did this for my family. Today I did this charity. I delivered a speech over here. That will do what? It will cuddle the ego that is within us. It will pamper the ego of being the doer. This kind of self-advertisement is not required. The value of the karma reduces, the value of our action reduces when we do this kind of self-advertisement. Shri Krishna says that a good karta is what? Is not somebody who will boast about it. Doesn't feel that I have done the task at all. Shivaji Maharaj, what he says, He Rajya Bhave Hi Shri Hari Chi Ichha, means what? This kingdom, now what all he has done. At the age of 14, Shivaji Maharaj has pledged that I'll establish this Hindavi Swarajya. And in few years he has managed to capture so many forts. The first fort was captured at the age of 16, and immediately after capturing one fort, there is no concept of resting. Immediately the same night, leaving to capture another fort. In 25 days captured 19 forts. That is the kind of action that he has done. Where has he boasted? After establishing his entire kingdom, what he says, that this kingdom is established not by my valor or not by my efforts. It has been established because Sri Hari wanted it to be established. No sense of ego. When Jnaneshwar Maharaj, he has written, he didn't say, I want to patent this Jnaneshwari, that I will patent this Jnaneshwari. No, what he has done, and he has offered everything at the lotus feet of his Sadguru. That is what this Dhruv, when he has spoken. Now we all know that Dhruv has done great penance to do what? To appease Bhagwan Vishnu. He has done tapascharya, great tapascharya he did to appease Bhagwan Vishnu. And when Vishnu appeared in front of him, he has said beautiful stotra. He has coined very beautiful shloka in the praise of Bhagwan Vishnu. And Bhagwan Vishnu says, what have you said? He was very, very impressed. What does Dhruv say? I was not in a capacity to say. Bhagwan Vishnu, he is telling that when I saw your beautiful form, I was not in a position to utter a single word. Nothing was coming out from my mouth. Only when you put your shankha, your conch on my cheek, I have been able to speak. Vishnu Bhagwan has put a conch on the cheek of Dhruv, Bhakta Dhruv, and then he has said whatever he has said to appease Bhagwan Vishnu. He said, whatever has been coming from my mouth, it is your might, your grace. So even after doing this much tapasya, Dhruv has no ego about having done what he has done. Nobody has got the kind of darshan that Bhagwan Vishnu has given to Dhruv. But what Bhakta Dhruv says that it has happened only with your blessing. So a doer does not get stuck to any action in any which way. He does not get the ego of being the doer. He does not remain stuck with the action himself. He does not remain stuck with the fruits of that action also. After establishing the kingdom, the entire kingdom he is offering at the feet of Parampita Paramatma. Shivaji Maharaj is offering everything at the feet of Sri Hari. So we have to carefully free ourselves from these elements associated with action. So by these things, what is Bhagavad Gita trying to teach us? By the means of this shlok, what is Śrīmad-Bhagavadgītā trying to teach us? It is teaching us the highest psychological management. These things, our attachment towards actions, our action ego, the result of this actions, all these things bring lot of distress to us. It makes us uneasy. But this Bhagavad Gita, this particular shlokas like this, teaches us the highest psychological management. We can free ourselves from the side effects of all this malice. And what Sri Krishna says, another important characteristic about the karta, dhrityutsaha samanvitaha, dhriti, utsaha samanvita. This first word, dhriti, is a very beautiful word. Now, utsaha, very easy to understand, enthusiasm. Satvic karta is always enthusiastic. Tell me what to do, how Hanumanji was. Arey, this ocean I have to learn, how will I do, how to help? All other vanas, they are depressed. Now we cannot do anything. But what Hanumanji is thinking, what can be done to sort this issue? This is the enthusiasm is very high in Satvic Karta. They will not be resting. Now lot of work I have done. Let me rest for some time. That problem will not be there. For whom? For a Satvic Karta. Shivaji Maharaj, I told immediately, Afzal Khan was killed in the afternoon. They immediately, same night, he has started to conquer new forts. That is the beautiful characteristic of a Satvic Karta, full of enthusiasm. Dhriti. This Dhriti is a very important thing. Dhriti is fortitude. It is the way in which we can control ourselves. Enthusiasm is the very basis of work. But unless this enthusiasm is supported by Dhriti, a complete control over this enthusiasm, it is going to be of no use. It is going to lead to a downfall. Dhriti is being the ability to control oneself. In which direction to go, in which direction to not go. When this Afzal Khan started from this Bijapur to capture Shivaji Maharaj, and on the way he has done all nasty things, destroyed all the villages on the path. And when all these news were coming to Shivaji Maharaj, he was very disturbed. But he knew that if I go and immediately attack, I am going to lose, because he is coming with an army of 20,000 soldiers. And then Afzal Khan, just to bring out Shivaji Maharaj, what he has done, that is he destroyed the temple of Tulsa Bhavani, which is the deity, family deity of Shivaji Maharaj. What Shivaji Maharaj did, everybody thought that now Shivaji Maharaj will go and attack Afzal Khan. That is what Afzal Khan wanted. But what Shivaji Maharaj said, no, I know this, we cannot win like this. And he made a beautiful plan to capture this Afzal Khan. And now that story, we will not go into the detail of the story, but at that moment, that control that he had, how Shivaji Maharaj was planning his, he has not lost a single war in his life. Why he has not lost a single war in his life? Because he was at war only to win. If he's seen that we are falling short, they would come back, take a receipt, come back, come better prepared for the war. They were never they were very cautious. They were very able to control their enthusiasm and not foolishly just attacking, making a good planning, and then going ahead in that direction. That is what is very important. So this enthusiasm is the very first basis of work, and followed by along with dhriti. The dhriti and enthusiasm, they have to go hand in hand. Then so just to make this thing a little simpler, we all drive vehicles, right? If you are driving a vehicle, if you are driving a car, the car should have speed. That utsaha, that enthusiasm is the speed of the car. But just speed is not enough. The brakes are also important. The brakes are very, very necessary, mandatory in a car. So that enthusiasm should be supported by the dhriti. So that is the important aspect of what a sattvic karyakarta karta. Then siddhi siddhyor nirvikarak. Whether I succeed in this or whether I fail in my mission, in both situations, we should be able to remain sthir, remain the same, remain unaffected. Siddhi Siddhyor Nirvikara. One thing we should always remember, this winning and losing, these are also relative terms. This Paramatma also doesn't bother whether the person, whether my devotee has won or not. What has happened to Jatayu? Jatayu has not been able to win in protecting Sita Mata. He lost to Ravan. He was badly injured in the process. He didn't win, but he has got that honor of getting cremated by the hands of Sri Ram. This luck didn't come to King Dasharath also. That is the might of doing your work with full nishtha, with full faith. If a person who is able to do that, he is the sattvic karta, unaffected by the possibility of whether I will succeed or whether I will fail. No reaction. Somebody who is whether I fail or not, they remain sthir, they remain same. That is the sattvic karta. So what we discussed right now in this particular shlok, karta sattvika uchyate, whatever we have discussed in this shlok is what is our highest ambition. This is what we should strive for. But most of us are currently in which state? Ragi karma phala prepsur luptho himsatmako shuchihi harsha shokanvitah karta rajasah parikirtitah. Ragi, the person who is attached, severely attached, addicted to their actions, is a ragi. Two things people will get attached to. Ragi, what kind of attachment people have towards their actions? That this is my task and nobody should interfere in it. If I'm doing something and somebody's advising me, we develop this attitude, nobody should interfere. It's my job, I will only do. Another, this is my task. The other task is not my task, so I will not do. The severe attachment is there. But this the Rajasi Karta is what he is severely attached to their own task. Then Karma Phala Prepsu, desirous of the fruits of their deeds. What I want quick results. Ipsu. Now Shri Krishna doesn't use the word here only ipsu. Ipsu means wanting results. Wanting result. He says prepsu. Here the word is karma phala prepsu. Ipsu means desirous of results or desirous of the fruits of their actions. Here the word is not just ipsu but prepsu means what? Prakarshena ipsu. I immediately want results. Results are going to come, but I want fast. Karma phala immediately. If I don't get the ticket to the party, immediately I change the party. How these politicians work. But prakarshena ipsu. Not just stopping at some results. Wait, they will want more. Lubdha, greedy. Greed for wealth, greed for fame. Lubdha, these Rajasi Karta is very, very greedy. Himsatmak has a tendency to hurt others. Himsa is basically not just physically hurting, as we already discussed. It is the tendency to hurt others in whichever way it might be happening. So I want to become very, very wealthy. That does not mean I steal somebody else's money. That does not mean I cheat. As a doctor, I am expected to serve my patients. But just because I want to become very successful and have lot of wealth, I do not sell some patient's organs to earn more money. That wrong path should not be taken. The people who do that, who end up doing that, because in their greed, they become himsatmak. That is, they develop a tendency to uh, uh, hurt others. Ashuchi, impure, corrupt, foul. So these people, they lack the sense of purity, the wealth that I should have. One very important thing Swamiji always says, that my wealth should be how? It should be pious, it should be pure. Shuddha dhan means what? It should be earned in a very pious means. Hmm? And this shuchita, this purity, is not just external but also internal. Karma is a means of attaining chitta shuddhi. We should be a satvic karta. Means what? Not only my external purity, but also internally I should be shuddha, I should be pure. And then harsha shokan vitaha, getting easily moved by joy and sorrow. This person did something for my benefit, that immediately I'll be happy, make friends with him. If not, then I will be affected by the pain that I undergo, and immediately we take actions in that direction. Very, very excited. Such people get very excited. Small achievements, they will get very excited. With little failures, they will get very, very easily frustrated. This we see very predominantly in the generation today, easily getting upset with insignificant displeasures. My mother told me not to watch phone, immediately unhappy. Somebody is telling me don't watch phone, don't do this, immediately a high level reaction will come. Harsha shokan vitakkarta. Such a karta karta raja sah prakirtitah. This prakirtitah, parikirtitah means that such a karta is known as what? Rajas karta. And the worst of all, ayukta prakrita stabdha shatonai shruti kolasah vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Now listen to very carefully to this shlok. If any one of these traits are present in us, we should discard them immediately. What are those traits? Ayukta, indisciplined. If anything, if we have to achieve in their life without discipline, nothing can happen. Any great task that has to be accomplished, it can be accomplished only with a sense of discipline. Ayukta is an indisciplined person. So, Ayukta, now what are the causes of that indiscipline? Now we will understand sometimes that I might be indisciplined. So students might feel that as a student I am indisciplined, but what is that which is causing this indiscipline? And there are so many distractions, so many temptations, like mobile phone, this all social network, this social networking, social media platforms, the mobile phones, all these what platforms that platforms where Netflix, all these things are coming. All these are playing a huge role in harming our discipline. We have to be very, very vigilant towards them. Prakrita means what? This word, it comes from the root word is prakriti, means what? Prakriti gives us, makes us in a very raw form. Hmm? Hmm. And then what happens? This raw human form gets the beauty of the sanskar, like how people do makeup to make themselves beautiful, like that. Whatever our prakriti has made us, whatever the nature has made us, we beautify ourselves with the sanskar that we get. The sanskar beautifies a person who does not get these sanskar, who lacks the sanskar, an uncultured person, such that they lack manner, just as born in nature. Just a raw knave, such a person is prakrita. Now, this we should be avoiding. Some people, no taking bath, just raw, just sitting, all this uncultured behavior comes under prakrita. Stabdha, obstinate, stubborn. There are some people, my side is the only right side. That stabdha, that stubbornness should not be there. Shataha, means cunning, very, very sly, finding excuses not to work, yet show off, know where exactly to take the credit. Naishkritikaha. Naishkritikaha means what? Just because I am not able to do anything, I harm the livelihood of the others. Or because I want something, I will harm the others. Detrimental to others, who are harmful to others, they are Naishkritikaha, more focused on harming others than doing their own progress. How our neighboring nation, we don't care whether we go to the moon or not, but jealous that that neighboring country is doing so much progress. Just to focus on what? On harming others, on ensuring that the others don't progress. Alasaha, lazy. Our scriptures, Sanskrit is such a beautiful language, very beautiful principles. If we learn, small children should be introduced to this language very early in their lives, because the subhashits and the beautiful phrases that they will get to learn in this Sanskrit language is going to shape their life beautifully. One very popular phrase in Sanskrit is Alasyam hi manushyanam sharirastho maharipuh, means what? Our greatest enemy of a human being is what? Maharipuhu, not just Ripu. Ripu means enemy, not just Ripu. Mahan Ripuhu means what? Greatest enemy for a human being is what? Alasyam, laziness. So this laziness should be avoided. Vishadi, lamenter, always complaining. This is not right, that is not right. Ye nahi pakaya, wahi nahi pakaya. This had to be cooked, this he has done. Always complaining. There are some people who will complain in every, even in a positive situation, they can manage to find a reason to lament. That is Vishadi. Then Dirgha Sutri, procrastinator. Recently, the new phrase, kal kare so aaj kare so ab. This phrase people must have heard. Now, nowadays people say aaj kare to so kal kare so parso. Itni jaldi kya hai, jeena hai chub parso. This kind of attitude people have developed. What is the necessity? What is the emergency? We can do it later. That such all these characteristics are what are present in a karta. Anybody who has any of these characteristics, karta tamasa uchyate. So we should all strive to become what? Satvic karyakartas. We should at least continue to be what? The rajasi karyakarta. But discard, if even one characteristic you have from this tamasi list, we should discard this. That is the main message of these important shlokas. And after seeing the types of karma, then the karyakarta, and then the karta, Sri Krishna tells something very, very important. That whatever we are doing in our lives, we are able to do because of our intellect. We are able to learn Bhagavad Gita because God has gifted us with some intellect. We are able to accomplish anything in our lives because of our intellect. And not just intellect, our dhriti, our urge to do something. You all are in the 4th level of this syllabus, this Learngeeta's curriculum of learning Bhagavad Gita. How have we reached this far? Because one ambition we all had when we joined at this level 1, that I will learn all 18 chapters, I will go through these shlokas, we will know how to read and learn, memorize all these 700 shlokas. And because of that dhriti, that fortitude that we had, because of that determination that we had, what happened? We are here learning the 18th chapter. So Shri Krishna says that these two, we need both these important things to accomplish anything in our lives, to accomplish any tasks. And Shri Krishna says that these two, the intellect and the dhriti, are also of these 3 types. What he says, buddhir vedam dhriteshchaiva gunatastrividham shrunu prochamanamasheshena prathaktvena dhananjaya. See the beautiful analysis that is happening throughout these shlokas. It is extremely important. Buddhir bhedan dhritesh shaiva means buddhehe bhedam. Buddhi also is of 3 types. Dhritehe cha eva. Dhriti is also of these types, 3 types. How gunatas trividam shuru. Then prochamanama asheshena. I am going to, Shri Krishna says, I am going to tell you this in totality, comprehensively. Prathaktvena dhananjaya. These three distinct types of intellect and these three distinct types of buddhi, they are going to be the determining factors of your success in future. Shri Krishna says, I am going to tell you these comprehensively in totality. These differences are originating, these distinctions are originating. Why? Because of the three gunas. Gunataha trividham. Gunataha means taha, when this word taha letter is added, means originating from. So these differences in the buddhi, that is our intellect, and in our dhriti, that is our determination, is happening because of what? These three, because of these three types of gunas. So Shri Krishna is going to very beautifully describe the three types of intellect and the three types of determination for us, which we will see in the next session. That is going to be a very interesting piece of our chapter that we will be seeing, that it will give us a proper description of which direction to head into. And once we have that description, then we will be able to put all these puzzle pieces together to have a very beautiful, beautified personality, which is all set to face this world and not get affected by this samsara mala. We will see all this in the next part of this uh, chapters, Vivechan. I offer this entire discourse at the lotus feet of Param Puja Gurudev and Shri Krishna himself, with whose blessings we are able to go through these beautiful concepts. Let us all offer the discussion together. Om Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Thank you so much for the patient listening, all of you. Jai Shri Krishna.
Shraddha Didi ji, our heartfelt gratitude to you for this profound vivechan. In such simple yet powerful words, you illuminated the nature of karma, gently guiding us to examine our own action through the lens of the gunas. Sadhaks, a quick reminder that the level 4 grammar class, which is very relevant to us, will be held tomorrow, the 22nd of February at 9 a.m. and 11 a.m. in multiple languages. And this is an excellent opportunity to strengthen your Sanskrit foundation for clearer pronunciation and deeper understanding of the shlokas. Continuing the journey of learning, the next level 1 batch begins on 13th of March. If Geeta ji has brought clarity and steadfastness in your life, this is a beautiful moment to extend the same gift to friends and family through registering on joingeeta.com. And as knowledge blossoms into seva, you can offer your selfless seva through our Geeta Bane program, our Geeta Sevi Bane program, the initiative of Geeta Pariwar, along with 15,000 other selfless Geeta Sevis. To know more, please join the interactive English session today at 8:30 p.m. We now request sadhaks to please raise their hands and, if possible, switch on their video cameras to ask questions to Shraddha Didi ji. And those who are watching on YouTube, do join on the Zoom link should you have any queries or doubts to be clarified. Please raise your hand and we can unmute you. Didi, looks like no questions. People are still contemplating on what you said.
I think we can move ahead with
Sure, Didi.
Numanjaya.
Sure, Didi. So thank you again, Didi, for that wonderful vivechan. On behalf of Geeta Pariwar, I take this opportunity to thank each one of you for attending this session and look forward to having you back for the fourth vivechan session on this chapter next weekend. Sincere thanks to the technical support and backend team for the relentless effort in making this session a great success. And with folded hands, we now offer our gratitude to Bhagavan for the wisdom he gives us and the countless other blessings he has always showered on us. For this, I respectfully invite Gunalan C.G. from Hospet, Karnataka, a retired banker, Gunalan ji, joined Geeta Pariwar in March 2024 and lovingly offers his dedicated seva across multiple departments as BC, GC, and technical assistant. Gulalandi, we humbly request you to please lead us in offering our prayers to Bhagavan Shri Krishna. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna to all. योगेशं सच्चिदानन्दं वासुदेवं व्रजप्रियं धर्मसंस्थापकौ वीरं कृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं श्रीकृष्णौ वन्दे जगद्गुरुं ॐ श्रीकृष्णार्पणमस्तु.
Beautiful prayer, Priya.
Yes, thank you, Bhaiya. That was really, really touching the heart. And sadhaks, let us stay anchored to the wisdom of Bhagavad Gita by attending our classes every day and rejoining next weekend for the next Vivechan session. We will now conclude today's session with all of us chanting the Hanuman Chalisa together from our corner. Jai Shri Krishna.
श्री गुरु चरण सरोज रज निज मनु मुकुरु सुधारी बरनउ रघुबर विमल जसु जो दायक फलचारी बुद्धिहीन तनु जानिके सुमिरौ पवन कुमार बल बुद्धि विद्या देहु मोहि हरहु कलेस विकार। जय हनुमान ज्ञान गुण सागर जय कपीसति लोक उजागर रामदूत अतुलित बल धामा अंजनी पुत्र पवन सुत नामा महावीर विक्रम बजरंगी कुमति निवार सुमति के संगी कंचन बरन विराज सुबेसा कानन कुंडल कुंचित केसा हाथ वज्र और ध्वजा विराजे कांधे मूज जनेऊ साजे शंकर सुवन केसरी नंदन तेज प्रताप महाजगवंदन विद्यावान गुणी अति चातुर राम काज करिबे को आतुर प्रभु चरित्र सुनिबे को रसिया राम लखन सीता मन बसिया सूक्ष्म रूप धरि सियहि दिखावा विकट रूप धरि लंक जरावा भीम रूप धरि असुर संहारे रामचंद्र के काज संवारे लाय सजीवन लखन जियाए श्री रघुबीर हरषि उर लाए रघुपति कीन्ही बहुत बड़ाई तुम मम प्रिय भरतहि सम भाई सहस बदन तुम रोजस गावे अस कहि श्रीपति कंठ लगावे सनकादिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीसा नारद सारद सहित अहिसा जम कुबेर दिक्पाल जहाते कवि कोविद कहि सकै कहाते तुम उपकार सुग्रीवहि कीन्हा राम मिलाय राजपद दीन्हा तुम्हरो मंत्र विभीषण माना लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना जुग सहस्र जो जन पर भानु लील्योताहि मधुर फल जानू प्रभु मुद्रिका मेलि मुख माहि जलधि लांघि गए अचरज नाही दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते सुगम अनुग्रह तुम्हारे तेते राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे होतन आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे सब सुख लहे तुम्हारी सरना तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना आपन तेज संहारो आपे तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे महावीर जब नाम सुनावे नासै रोग हरे सब पीरा जपत निरंतर हनुमत वीरा संकट ते हनुमान छुड़ावे मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो लावे सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे चारों जुग पर ताप तुम्हारा है प्रसिद्ध जगत उजियारा साधु संत के तुम रखवारे असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे अष्ट सिद्धि नौ निधि के दाता असवर दीन जानकी माता राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई। और देवता चित्त न धरई, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करई। संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरे हनुमत बलबीरा। जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करहु गुरुदेव की नाई। जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छूट ही बंदी महासुख होई। जो यह पढ़े हनुमान चालीसा, होय सिद्धि साखी गौरीसा। तुलसीदास सदा हरि चेरा, कीजय नाथ हृदय महडेरा। पवन तनय संकट हरन, मंगल मूर्ति रूप। राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसहु सुर भूप। सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय।
जय श्री कृष्णा।
Krishna.